Yes. Female reproductive system, the ovary model. Part 1, which will be this side of the list. And this is the ovary model. Alright. Number 1 is the mesovarium, which is this top layer up here, the white part. That is the mesovarium. Number 2 is the germinal epithelium, which is these line of cells. They look like cuboidal cells. These line of cells with the nucleus in them. That is the germinal epithelium. See, number 2. So that's the germinal epithelium. And then number 3 is peritoneal epithelium. Number 3 right there. That's a peritoneal epithelium, so which is basically the wrapping of this structure. They can kind of mark it anywhere, I figure. So number 3 is a peritoneal epithelium. Number 4 is a tunica albuginea or albuginea. So that's number 4 right there. Looks like number 4 at least. So this is the tunica albuginea. Tunica albuginea, basically right underneath this layer here. Right underneath the germinal epithelium. Over here is number 4, which is a tunica albuginea. And then 5 is the cortical zone. You'll see number 5 here, which kind of says this area here. I would say like this part, the outside part is the cortical zone, but there's number 5 there, cortical zone. Number 6 is the pulp zone. Number 6 right there, this is the pulp zone, which is basically this area here. 6 is the pulp zone. 7 is the blood vessels. You see the red and the blue, they can mark anywhere as long as the red and the blue, they are the blood vessels. Number 8 is the smooth muscle. See these little red structures with the nucleus in the middle? Those are the smooth muscles. So that's smooth muscle. Number 8 is smooth muscle. Number 9 is a primary follicle, which is right there, number 9. That's the primary follicle. And then number 10 is the follicle epithelium of the primary follicle. So I figure it's the outside layer of this primary follicle. So number 10 is the follicle epithelium of the primary follicle. Number 11 is the secondary follicle, which is right there. See, number 11. So it's this small one here. Secondary follicle. Developing follicle. So that's the secondary follicle, number 11. Secondary follicle. Number 12 is the atretic follicle. So if you pick the secondary follicle up and open it up. Alrighty. So this side is the atretic follicle because you can see the oocyte in the middle is disintegrating. See, you can see an oocyte. So this is the atretic follicle. Number 12 is the atretic follicle. I think there's even a number on the other side. Yeah, see, number 12. So this side here is the atretic follicle. And then number 13 is the developing follicle with the follicular fluid. Number 13. It's number 13. Yeah, there you go. So, oh my goodness, come on. Okay, so this structure right here, if you open it up. Alright, you can see, number 13 right there. So this here, that is a developing follicle with the follicular fluid. That black line there, that kind of signifies or shows the fluid that starts to accumulate. So number 13 is a developing follicle with follicular fluid right there. And then 14 is developing follicle, secondary oocyte, which is actually this gigantic thing here, you'll see. Number 14. So this is the developing follicle with secondary oocyte, which is right there. That's the secondary oocyte. So this is the developing follicle with the secondary oocyte in there. Alright, so yeah, so this whole thing is a developing follicle with the secondary oocyte. And then 15 is the vesicular follicle that's ready to ovulate. Right there, 15. So this one here on the side is the vesicular follicle ready to ovulate, because as you can see, the oocyte is coming out already. So this is the vesicular follicle ready to ovulate. And then 17 is germ hill. You can see it on this one. See number 17. There, number 17. So this kind of part right here between the egg and this structure, this is the germ hill. So that's the germ hill. And then I think on this part where the oocyte is already going out, this structure right here is the germ hill on this part. And then corona radiata. Corona radiata, you can see around this oocyte, there's like kind of radiating lines outside of the oocyte. That is the corona radiata. And then the secondary oocyte cavity is the antrum, which is this one. We just looked at it earlier. See, number 20, that's the secondary oocyte. Cavity is the antrum. The cavity that it's talking about is the white part, which is the antrum. Same thing up here. See, that's the oocyte. The cavity around it is the antrum. So secondary oocyte with a cavity around it, which is the antrum.